بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Math grade 5. Our lesson today, add mixed numbers. Add mixed numbers. See with me now this video.
We get it. You don't really want your kids watching videos, but it can have certain advantages. But what?
Hi, I'm Rob. Welcome to Math Antics. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to add mixed numbers. If you're not quite sure what mixed numbers are, then you should definitely watch our video called Mixed Numbers first. As you remember, a mixed number is a combination or sum of a whole number and a proper fraction. And for this lesson, it's going to be important to remember that even though the plus symbol isn't usually shown between those two parts of a mixed number, they're being added together. 3 1/4 means 3 plus 1/4. 2 5/8 means 2 plus 5/8. And here's why that's so important to remember. Let's say you're given a problem where you need to add the whole number 2 to the mixed number 3 1/4. If you know that 3 1/4 is the same as 3 plus 1/4, then you can see that the problem is really 2 plus 3 plus 1/4. Well, that's easy. All you have to do is add the 2 and the 3 to get 5, and you'll have 5 plus 1/4, which is the mixed number 5 1/4. So if you need to add a whole number to a mixed number, you can just add the whole number parts and you're done. Okay, but what if you need to add a mixed number to a fraction, like in the problem 1 3/8 plus 1/8? Again, if you remember that 1 3/8 means 1 plus 3/8, then you can see that this problem is really 1 plus 3/8 plus 1/8. That looks pretty easy also. 3/8 and 1/8 are what we call like fractions. They have the same denominator and can be added easily. 3/8 plus 1/8 equals 4/8. So our answer is simply the mixed number 1 4/8. Oh, but you might notice the fraction part can be simplified. 4/8 simplifies to 1/2, so we should write our answer as 1 1/2 instead. It's not mathematically wrong if you don't simplify a fraction, but teachers and tests usually require you to simplify whenever you can, so it's a good habit to get into. Notice that in each of those examples, we just added whole numbers to whole numbers and fractions to fractions. And it works the same way when adding a mixed number to a mixed number, like 2 1/5 plus 4 2/5. Again, let's show our mixed numbers with the plus signs so we can see the real problem. 2 plus 1/5 plus 4 plus 2/5. Because all of these parts are being added and addition has the commutative property, it really doesn't matter what order we do the addition in. That means we can rearrange this problem to make it simpler. Now we have 2 plus 4 plus 1/5 plus 2/5. Adding the whole numbers is easy. 2 plus 4 equals 6. And adding these like fractions is easy too. 1/5 plus 2/5 equals 3/5. That leaves us with 6 plus 3/5, which is the mixed number 6 3/5. So when you add mixed numbers, you can just add the whole number parts to get the whole number of the answer. And you add the fraction parts to get the fraction part of the answer. That's why in a lot of math books, you'll see the addition of mixed numbers written in a stacked form like this. This is similar to the way you would stack multi-digit numbers up to add them. And it helps you remember that you can add the fraction parts and the whole number parts in two separate columns and write your answer below the answer line just like in multi-digit addition. And do you remember how in multi-digit addition, if a column of digits added up to 10 or more, you had to carry or regroup to the next column? Well, something similar to that can happen when adding mixed numbers. Sometimes adding the fraction parts of two mixed numbers actually affects the whole number part of the answer. To see what I mean by that, let's say you hosted a massive pizza party for all your friends. Hey man, this is a great party. You got some really cool friends. Hey, thanks. You should hang out with us more often. I think you'd really fit in. And after the party ended, you had 1 3/8 cheese pizzas left over and 1 5/8 pepperoni pizzas left over. What's the total amount of leftover pizza? Well, we just need to add those two mixed numbers together. Let's stack them like I just showed you and add them column by column. 3/8 plus 5/8 equals 8/8. And 1 plus 1 equals 2. So the answer is 2 8/8. But do you see what happened? The fraction parts of the two mixed numbers combined to form what I call a whole fraction, 8/8. And we know that 8 over 8 simplifies to 1. So having 2 plus 8 over 8 is the same as having 2 plus 1, which is 3. We added two mixed numbers together and ended up with the whole number 3. And our leftover pizza shows us that we got the answer right. Here's another example that shows how the fraction parts can affect the whole number part of the answer when adding mixed numbers. 1 3/7 plus 2 5/7. This time we use the commutative property to rearrange the addition, and then we add the whole number parts, 1 plus 2 equals 3, and then we'll add the fraction parts, 3/7 plus 5/7 equals 8/7. So the answer we get is 3 8/7. But do you notice something funny about the fraction part of that answer? It's an improper fraction, which means that its value is greater than 1. And it's really bad form to leave an improper fraction in a mixed number like this, because as we saw in the last video, the improper fraction itself can be converted into a mixed number. 8 over 7 contains a whole fraction that we can simplify out of it. It's the same as 7 over 7 plus 1 over 7. And since 7 over 7 equals 1, that gives us the mixed number 1 1/7. So just like in the last example, we can add that extra 1 to the whole number part of our answer, which gives us 4 1/7. That's a much less confusing answer than 3 8/7, which almost sounds like it's less than 4, but it's actually more than 4. Are you getting it so far? Adding mixed numbers is pretty easy when you realize that you can just add the whole number parts and the fraction parts separately, and then just watch for cases where the fraction parts add up to more than 1. But there are cases where adding mixed numbers can get a little bit tougher. All of the examples we've seen so far had fraction parts that were like fractions. But what if you had to add two mixed numbers with unlike fractions, like this problem, 1 1/2 plus 2 1/4? If we rearrange the problem as usual, we see that the whole numbers are still easy to add. 1 plus 2 equals 3. But the fractions have different denominators. We can't add them until we change them so that the bottom numbers are the same. We cover how to change fractions so that they have the same bottom number or a common denominator in other videos that you may want to watch if the steps I'm about to do seem new to you. 4 is a multiple of 2, so 4 is going to be a good choice for a common denominator. To change 1/2 into fourths, we'll multiply it by the whole fraction 2 over 2. On the top, we have 1 times 2, which is 2, and on the bottom, we have 2 times 2, which is 4, just like we want. So now we have 2/4 plus 1/4, which equals 3/4. That means the answer to this problem is 3 3/4. That wasn't so bad after all. Let's try one more example where we need to change unlike fractions into like fractions in order to add the mixed numbers. 3 2/3 plus 4 3/4. After rearranging the parts, we see that we need to add 3 and 4, which is 7. And we also need to add 2/3 and 3/4. Since these are unlike fractions, we need to change them. 3 and 4 are not multiples of each other, so it looks like using the easiest common denominator will be our best option here. 3 times 4 equals 12, so that will be our new denominator. To convert 2/3, we multiply it by 4 over 4, which gives us the new equivalent fraction, 8 over 12. And to convert 3/4, we need to multiply it by 3 over 3, which gives us the new equivalent fraction, 9 over 12. Now that we have like fractions, we can add them easily. 8 over 12 plus 9 over 12 equals 17 over 12. And that gives us 7 17/12 as our answer. But once again, the fraction part is improper, so we have to simplify it because its value is greater than 1. 17 over 12 is the same as 12 over 12 plus 5 over 12, which is the mixed number 1 5/12. We need to add that 1 to our whole number part. 7 plus 1 equals 8, which means our final answer is 8 5/12. All right, that should give you a pretty good idea of how to add mixed numbers. You can add the whole number parts and the fraction part separately, but the fraction part of the answer may affect the whole number part if its value is 1 or greater. And remember, if the fraction parts have different denominators, you'll need to change them to have a common denominator before you can add them. With complicated arithmetic like this, it's important to practice what you've learned so it'll really make sense. So be sure.
Okay, this is the meaning of mixed numbers and how to add the mixed numbers. Today, we want to learn how to add mixed numbers, For example, we have 2 and 1 over 3 plus 4 and 2 over 3. This is the meaning of mixed number. Mixed number include the whole number and the fraction. So 2 and 1 over 3 This is the meaning of mixed number. 4 and 2 over 3, this is mixed number. How to add the mixed number here? And as you see here, the mixed number here with like fractions, but the mixed number here with unlike fractions. How to add in the first case and how to add in the second case. See with me now this video.
Kin tayo, and you mean BTS.
We save people like you money on insurance for your car, health, home, life, or business.
Adding mixed numbers. You've learned to add fractions and subtract them. Now we're going to add mixed numbers. I'm going to show you the easy way to do this. We do the problem in 2 steps. First, we add the fractional parts. Then we deal with the whole number parts. Think of it as saving the easy part for last. And there's an important reason why we work with the whole numbers last, and you'll get that in just a moment. Back to our problem then. We do the fractions part first. We have a common denominator, 11. Our answer will be some number of parts out of 11. Put that in now. Next, we add the numerators, 5 plus 3 plus 7. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 5 is 15. 15 over 11. It's an improper fraction. We can't leave it like that. We have to make a mixed number. How many 11s in 15? There's one whole group of 11 and a remainder of 4. Put that over our denominator of 11. Now, on the next line down, we add the whole ones together. 4 plus 2 plus 5 is 11, plus this other one from the mixed number. That's 12. Our final answer is 12 and 4/11. That's why we do the fraction part first, and then we add the whole ones at the end, in case of mixed numbers. This way we don't forget anything. This way we get it right. And by the way, did you notice how I kept all my fractions and whole numbers exactly in line with the originals? This lets me make sure I haven't left anything out. Set your work out like this too. It'll help you as you develop this math skill. Last example, and then it's your turn. Of course, you're going to get problems where you have mixed numbers with different denominators. So here we go. You know we separate wholes from fractions, and you know we need to make a common denominator to add the fractions. Our denominators are 4, 6, and 2. These don't play nicely together. We need a new common denominator for all of them. We multiply the largest and the smallest values together. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 is also in the 4 times table, so our lowest common denominator is 12. To turn 4 into 12, we multiply by 3, so we do the same for the numerator. 3 times 3 is 9. And for 5/6, to turn 6 into 12, we multiply by 2, so same up top. 5 times 2 is 10. And to turn 2 into 12, we multiply by 6, same again for the numerator. And our answer will be some number over 12. Now we add the numerators. 9 plus 10 is 19, plus 6, that's 25 over 12. It's an improper fraction. We have to make a mixed number. You know the routine. How many 12s in 25? 2 12s are 24, so there's 2 whole ones here, and a remainder of 1. Put in the denominator of 12. Now we add the whole numbers. 9 plus 4 is 13. Plus 3 is 16, plus the 2 from the mixed number, that's 18. Our final answer is 18 and 1/12. I hope you can see that setting your work out carefully is very important. Follow my method and you got this. As always, a thumbs up would be very nice if this vid helped you. Now go and ace this math skill with some practice for yourself. See you next time.
Okay, this is the meaning of mixed numbers and how to add the mixed numbers if I have like fractions or I have unlike fractions. For example, example 1 here, estimate. The question here include estimate, then add. Write the sum in the simplest form. When you see in the question estimate, do estimate at the first, then add. Do estimate at the first, then add. So I have here the mixed number here, 5 and 1/7. When you want to estimate the mixed number, as you remember, go to the fraction. As you see here, the number up is very close, very small, comparing with the number down. So the estimate of this fraction will be 0. 5 plus 0, 5 plus 0 will be 5. 5 plus 0 will be 5. Plus. Here the next mixed number, go to the fraction, see the number up is about half of the number down. So the estimate here will be 1/2. The estimate here will be 1/2. So I can write 4 and 1/2. And after you did the estimate, you can add now. How to add? Add the whole number by the whole number. 5 plus 4, 5 plus 4 will be 9. And 1/2. 9 and 1/2. Example 2, the question here. Add then write the sum in the simplest form. No estimate here. Here we want to add. When you want to add the mixed number, you can add the fraction to the fraction, then the whole number to the whole number. And as you remember, when you want to add the fraction to the fraction, must to be the like fractions. Must to be the like fractions. So as you see here, here we have 6, here we have 6, the same denominator, means I have here the like fractions, so I can add directly the fractions here. How to add? Add the whole number to the whole number. 7 plus 8, 7 plus 8, put here 7 plus 8, the whole number, and add the fractions here. 1 plus 5, 1 plus 5 over the same denominator, over the same denominator. Now here 7 plus 5, 7 plus 5, 7 plus 8, sorry, 7 plus 8 will be 15, will be 15. And here 1 plus 5 will be 6, over 6. 6 over 6 will be 1, 6 over 6 will be 1. 1 plus 15, 1 plus 15 equal 16, equal 16. Example 3, add then write the sum in simplest form. As you see here, also I have like fractions, so I can add directly. I can add directly. How to add? Add the whole number to the whole number. 8 plus 13, 8 plus 13 will be 21. 8 plus 13 will be 21. Then 5 plus 4, 5 plus 4 will be 9. Over the same denominator, over the same denominator will be 12. Here you can do simplest form. Here up we have 9, down we have 12. Find the GCF for 9 and 12. You will find 3. So divide by 3 up and divide by 3 down. 9 divided by 3, 9 divided by 3 will be 3. And 12 divided by 3 will be 4. So I can write 21 and 3 over 4. 21 and 3 over 4. Example 4. Add and write the sum in the simplest form. As you see here, here we have 9, here we have 3. So I have unlike fractions. So I cannot add directly. Must to change to the same denominator to be like fractions. But what I do, find LCD to the 9 and the 3. You will find the LCD equal 9. So now ask yourself which number times 3 equal 9 will be 3. So multiply the whole number, multiply the whole fraction here by 3. So I can write here 5, 1 times 3, 3 times 3, 1 times 3, and 3 times 3. And here keep the same fraction here, because I have here 9. Now you can continue your solving. Here we have the same mixed number, 3 and 2 over 9, plus 5, 1 times 3, 3, and 3 times 3 will be 9. Now, I have now the like fractions. As you see, here we have 9, here we have 9. So, I can now add directly. How? Add the whole number to the whole number. 3 plus 5, 3 plus 5 will be 8. 3 plus 5 will be 8. Then add the fractions. 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3 will be 5 over 9, over 9. So the answer here now, 8 and 5 over 9. 8 and 5 over 9. Example 5. Add and write the sum in the simplest form. We have here 3 mixed numbers. 3 mixed numbers. And we want to add the all. As you see here, we have here 10, here 10, here 10. Means I have like fractions. I have like fractions. So I can add directly. How? Add the whole numbers at the first. 3 plus 5 plus 2. So I can write here 3 plus 5 plus 2. Then you can add the fractions. 7 plus 3 plus 9. So I can write here 7 plus 3 plus 9. And here we have the same denominator. Now 3 plus 5 will be 8. 8 plus 2 will be 10. And here we have 7 plus 3 will be 10. 10 plus 9 will be 19 over 10. 19 over 10. So this is the answer of the add of mixed numbers. Example 6. Add then write the sum in the simplest form. As you see here, here we have 1 and 12 over 30. Here we have 6 and 1 over 5. And here we have 5 and 7 over 3. The denominators here 30, here 5, here 3. So I have different denominators. So means I have alike fractions. So I cannot add directly. I cannot add directly. So what I do, find the LCD for the denominators. And here we have 30, here we have 5, here we have 3. When you find the LCD, you will find equal 30. Now, ask yourself, which number times 5 equal 30 will be 6. So multiply the whole fraction here by 6. 1 times 6 and 5 times 6. Here, ask yourself, which number times 3 will be 30 equal 10. So multiply the whole fraction here by 10. So here multiply by 10, here multiply by 10. Now the solve here, keep the same fraction here, because here we have 30, the same LCD. So I can write here the same. 1 and 12 over 30 plus 6. And here multiply by 6. 1 times 6, and here 5 times 6. And here we have 5, and here multiply by 10. 7 times 10, and 3 times 10. Now you can solving.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Miss? Miss? Hi, Miss. Hello? Miss?
Now here I have 1 and 12 over 30. 1 and 12 over 30. One and 12 over 30 plus here we have 6. 1 times 6, 1 times 6 over 5 times 6. Plus here we have 5. 7 times 10 over 3 times 10. Now here we have 1 and 12 over 30 plus 6 times 1 will be 6, 5 times 6 will be 30. And here 7 times 10 will be 70, and here 3 times 10 will be 30. Now as you see now, we have the same denominators now. So now I have the like fractions. Now I can add directly. How? Add the whole numbers. 1 plus 6 will be 7. 7 plus 5 will be 12. Then here we have 12 plus 6 plus 70. 12 plus 6 plus 70 will be 88 over 30. Now here I can write this form as a simplest form. 88 over 30. Find the GCF for 88 and 30. You will find GCF equal to. So here divide by 2 and here divide by 2. 88 divide by 2 will be 44, and 30 divide by 2 will be 15. And so the last answer now will be 12 and 44 over 15 and 44 over 15.
Mister, then you have to make the if the numerator is bigger than the denominator, then you have to make the remaining.
Yes, this is the next lesson, how to prepare fractions. Inshallah, in next lesson we will learn if the numerator greater than denominator, what I do. Today just we want to learn how to add mixed number. Thank you, Muaz. Thank you. Great. Now here we have some videos. When you have free time, you can watch these videos. And this is our lesson today. So now, who has a question? Now?
Can you take attendance for the boys first?
Every single time you say that, no.
Because last time you did it for the girls.
I ask you now, who has a question now? Who has a question? Throw our... What is our lesson today? What we learned today?
Add mixed number.
What is the meaning of mixed number?
Like whole number and a fraction.
Mixed
number and a fraction.
Great. Include whole number and fraction. I have to add the mixed number. I have two cases. The first one, if I have like fractions and if I have unlike fractions. What I do if I have like fractions?
I add directly.
Great. I can add whole number to the whole number and the fraction to the fraction directly when I have like fraction. Right. If I have the different denominators, unlike fractions, what I do?
You will start making it same fraction.
Great. I change from unlike fractions to like fractions. Then I can add the mixed number. I add whole number to the whole number. Then I add fraction to the like fraction. Right. If I find the answer of the addition, how to find simplest form? For the fraction inside the mixed number? What I do to find the simplest form? Estimate or solve GCF.
Find GCF.
We will find GCF to the numerator and denominator, then divide the numerator by GCF and the denominator by GCF. We will find the simplest form. But if the question said estimate then add, what I do?
Estimate.
Can you repeat the question?
If the question said estimate then add, what I do?
We estimate.
must do at the first step estimate, then I can add. طيب. Who remember what is the rule to estimate the fraction? We have 3 rules. Who remember?
What? Mister, can you repeat the question?
We have 3 rules to estimate the fractions. Who can tell me what is the rule?
I know.
Yes, tell me.
Mister, I know. If the number on the top is much smaller than the number on the bottom, we will estimate it to 0. If it's about half of the number on the bottom, we will estimate it to half. And if it is a whole fraction, we will estimate it into 1.
Excellent, Nagam. Excellent. طيب. Who has a question now? It's clear for all?
Yes, clear.
طيب. Let's ask now to take the attendance now.
Mister boy, I was saying
Mister, can we do girls because the boys have more students?
Mr. Boys قبل صباح النهار.
Stop jumping.
Boys have more students.
Okay, where is Asir?
Here, Mister.
Okay, you can leave now.
Mr. You said boys first.
Where is Eliazia?
Here, Mister.
Okay, thank you. Jude?
Here.
I'm here, Mister. I'm here.
Nat?
Here. I am here, Mister.
Oh, Rauda?
Absent.
Rauda absent?
Yes.
Shamsa?
Mr. Rosa here.
Mister,
Shamsa?
I can leave.
Yes, you can leave. Shamsa? Shamsa Faisal?
Here, Mister.
Okay. Sheikh Ahmad?
Yes.
Sheikh Badr? Sheikh Badr?
Here.
Sheikh Badr?
Here.
Here? Alia?
Here, Mister.
Latifa?
Yes, Mister.
Mister, can we leave now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Lean?
Bye.
Yes, Mister.
Okay. Maria?
Yes, Mister.
Marwa?
Here.
Mariam?
Do I leave? Yes.
Okay. Mahra Faisal? Mahra Faisal?
Mister, do I leave?
Yes, you can leave. Mahra Faisal?
Mister, I am here. I am Sheikha. Brother.
Mauza?
Here.
Nagam?
Here.
Noura?
Here.
Hajar?
Yes, Mister.
Mara Khalfan?
Yes, Mister.
Okay. Girls, you can leave now.
منصور شو تسوي شي؟
بطي؟
نعم أستاذ.
شلت امك.
أستاذ أقدر أقرأ؟
عارف؟
نعم أستاذ.
حمد علي؟ محمد علي. محمد علي.
نعم صوت.
سلطان علي.
هلا استاذ مصروع هليل الصوت.
اوكي.
يس.
حمدان الكعبي. حمدان. حمدان الكعبي.
استاذ غايب.
اوكي. خالد خليل.
نعم.
دانيال. دانيال.
رايح موجود. يس انا موجود. يس مستر
اوكي دانيال. زايد.
مستر انا موجود.
زايد.
يس مستر زايد. مستر انا موجودة. هاي مستر I am زايد. يس.
اوكي زايد. محمد.
يس مستر. مستر I am زايد.
اوكي سلطان علي.
نعم مستر.
اوكي. سلطان غازي. سلطان غازي. سلطان غازي. اوكي. عامر احمد.
نعم مستر.
عبد الله محمد الحمادي. عبد الله محمد الحمادي.
نعم مستر.
اوكي. عبد الله راشد. عبد الله راشد. عبد الله راشد. absent.
Yeah.
طيب عبد الله الجابري. عبد الله الجابري.
نعم مستر.
اوكي.
نعم. أطلع الحين.
yes you can. عبد الله مسعود.
أستاذ أنا عبد الله الحمادي عاد أطلع.
اوكي. عبد الله مسعود.
غايب أستاذ.
absent.
موجود.
طيب عمر اشرف.
موجود.
نعم أستاذ.
عمر الشامسي.
عبد الله مسعود موجود.
موجود عبد الله مسعود.
ايه.
ايوه هذول.
عمر الشامسي. عمر الشامسي.
خير مستر.
فلا.
استاذ هني فلاح حمد هني.
رايد.
هني مستر موجود.
احمد الحمادي.
نعم استاذ.
اوكي. محمد سعيد السريحي. محمد سعيد السريحي. محمد سعيد absent. محمد سهيل. محمد سهيل. محمد سهيل absent. مطاوع.
نعم.
معاذ.
Here. I'm here.
Okay, thank you. So this is our lesson today. How to add the mixed number. And as you see, as you know, as you remember, the mixed number include whole number and fraction. I can add the whole number to the whole number and the fraction to the fraction is the fractions like fractions. But if is the fraction, but is the fractions are unlike fractions, I cannot add directly. Must to change from like fractions, from unlike fractions to the like fractions. Then I can add whole number to the whole number and fractions to the fractions, like fractions to the like fractions. And if the question said estimate then add, must to do estimate using the rule for estimate the fractions, then you can add the mixed number. Then you can add the mixed number. So this is our lesson today. Thank you for your listening. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.